modern women believe that true freedom is having sex like their brother and working like their father. I'm not convinced that that's true. They're not culpable to their husband in the way that they would have been before. This is something that like the manosphere never talks about, and a lot of dating online never talks about. Look at how low the divorce rates were 50 years or 100 years ago. Look at how more effective it was for people to get married and stuff like that. Yeah, but how many women stayed in relationships with men because they were literally financial prisoners? Mm-hmm. Like, no one really ever talks about that. And it's like, women have now been liberated to make that choice, but they've also been encouraged to believe that motherhood makes them a second-class citizen. And I don't think that that's true. Like, there's very few women that I know that have said having a kid was like the worst thing that I ever did. Or I'm so glad that I worked more and spent less time with my child. Very, very particular woman that says that. Now, maybe you could say, wow, that's because like, who's going to say that they hate their kid? I don't know. Like, there's a few people on TikTok that do that. There was like that girl with a list. Did you see that?
I didn't. I've seen a lot of ones on Reddit though.
Dude, it's fucking weird. There's like literally women taking videos of their newborn child and saying like, I can't believe that I brought this thing into the world. Like, I don't like it. Like, this girl made an 8-page, 350 item list. It's called #GirlWithAList. You can go and look at it on TikTok right now.
Yeah.
She made an 8-page list of all of the different reasons why she didn't want to have a kid, including like, can't wear cute heels anymore, won't be able to go to brunch with the girls, literally a parasite growing inside of my body. And then the list of reasons to have a kid was like half a page long. So there's just this very like averse to motherhood culture at the moment. Chelsea Connerboy wrote an article for the New York Times, maternal instinct is a myth that men created. Okay, is that the same across the entire animal kingdom? Or are we, like, what do you mean here? Like, just how powerful is the patriarchy that we managed to convince women that they want to have kids? How the fuck do you think we got here? Like, how do you think that we managed to survive all this time? It's very strange. It's very strange.
It seems like we're coming back to that, though. It seems like I've noticed a traditional movement that I haven't seen 10 years ago that's coming back to people saying, you know what, I don't want the career. I want to be home. I want to have kids. I want to raise a family. Mm-hmm. And it seems like now people are really standing up to that and saying, I think that's really noble. I think it's not easy to do. It's very difficult. And the sacrifice that would take, I think is significant.
Well, downstream from anything new, like something that's new and novel, people get excited about. Yeah. Oh my God, like women have got access to the workforce. And you test it for a good while. And again, we don't always do our own sense making. We have to learn by failing. And you outsource some of that to the rest of the world. That's the Abilene paradox in some regards, right? So like lots of women being told this is something, and again, the loud, the CEO, boss bitch, like lean in sort of girls, like maybe it is great for them. Like maybe that's the perfect life they could lead. And if they were a mother, they'd be fucking miserable. Totally fine. But you can't use that and whitewash the entire rest. It would be the same as saying every dad should be a stay-at-home dad. And like, well, no, very few people would agree that that's the optimal life setup for every guy, but yet it may be for some. But you don't use like even major cases, like majority cases, to smear the entirety of a group. You use like each different person tries to work out what it is for themselves. But yeah, man, I do think that the motherhood thing's swinging back around. But this is still the aftershock, the after effect of the introduction of reliable contraception.